Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is a VR in response to Lisa, the Tarot Alchemist. Lisa did a video recently about how her readings have changed. And she mentioned, if anybody else wanted to do a VR, to go ahead and do it. And so Lisa and I kind of have been talking in the background, but I'm going to do a VR too because my readings have changed. My throat chakra is getting clogged. Um, Actually, a lot of things have changed since the beginning of May for me. I know I've mentioned a couple of times on my videos that in the early part, well, the first week in May, I got terribly, terribly sick. And at first, I just thought it was a regular cold, but it proved to be more than that. And it really felt to me like I was like being disemboweled. It was like there was a certain portion of me that was dead and had to go, had to leave, had to move on, could no longer stay. And I fought for 2 weeks to get rid of it. And it's finally gone. It's finally gone. And I've been feeling better these last couple of weeks. But there's been a lot of stuff leading up to this. And I agree with Lisa in the fact that you can only do so much shadow work. And then it's time to let it go. And so what I ended up doing was, my shadow work, like hers, became like cyclical, kept going back to the same things. And it was like, I don't know, I had kind of an aha moment. And at one point, I was like, no, I'm going to deal with this issue. I'm going to either assimilate it, but I'm going to find peace with it, and then I'm not going to go visit it again. And I too stopped doing the Instagram challenges a long time ago because they just didn't have, the questions just didn't have any meaning for me. There wasn't any meaning in any of those questions for me. They were just kind of like, I don't know, questions. And as Lisa said, it always goes back to the past. And yes, your past shapes your future, but you don't have to constantly keep going back to the past. You need to go back there to heal what needs to be healed. But then you need to move forward and you need to start living in the present. And so, um, a lot of weird things have been happening to me lately. I've had bouts of anger, which unfortunately unfolded recently, of which I'm sorry about, but it happened, and I have new perspective, and I've gained a new sense of control. That was another eye opener to yet another symptom of what is happening. And I've had a couple of people mention this thing that they believe I'm going through. And at first I was like, no, 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 that can't be it. That can't be it. But then I kind of sat with it a minute and I said, okay, who am I to poo-poo the unknown? As a witch, I embrace the unknown. I have unmitigated faith in my gods and goddesses. I have faith in Mother Earth. So who am I to poo-poo this kind of potential transition? But I'm going to very quickly mention the event, which I'm sure we've all heard of. I don't know if you want to call it spiritual growth, if you want to call it the ascension. I don't know what to call it, to be honest with you. All I know is what I'm feeling, and from everything I have so far read and listened to, I'm exhibiting a lot of the same symptoms. So there is definitely a part of me that is dying and another part of me that's moving forward. And I'm enjoying that process because I am getting to a more enlightened spiritual place. And I really like how it feels. Um, I really like how it feels, and I like the way things are going in my life. This spiritual change has been very good for me, and I think it's going to continue to be good for me as I shed other things in my life that are no longer serving me or that I don't need moving forward in this process. So you're not going to see a whole bunch of videos for me on the ascension or anything like that. That's not what I'm about. But I feel like Lisa that um, my readings have changed because I'm no longer in the past. Because of this, I don't know, ascension or spiritual growth, I no longer feel like I need to dig in the past. I've dug in the past. I've dealt with a lot of issues. I've put those issues to bed. Now it's time to move forward. So the majority of my tarot and oracle reading is actually present. What's going on in the present or potentially in the future? Am I headed in the right direction? These are the types of questions that I am dealing with now because I truly feel that the past is in the past. And I have to say, a big catalyst to all of this happening for me was actually my mother's passing because I had repressed so much more than I ever imagined. And so that has all just was like a volcano, people. It was like a volcano. And I truly believe that's why I've been so sick the first half of the year, is because all of this shit that I had been bottling up and pushing down because I was expected to be a certain way, or that my mother didn't like the term witch and all of this other stuff. And so I kind of played it on the down low. And, my guy supports me, but he's not into it. So he gets a little creeped out. What's a girl to do? So for the first time, things finally came to a head after she passed. And it's like my witchy head blew off. And so I've spent the last year working through all of that stuff. And you know what? Now I'm ready. Now I'm done, and now I'm ready to move forward. So that's my story. I will tell you that if any of you are interested in some of the things about the ascension, our sweet Deborah, the peculiar daughter, has gone through her own transformation. She's no longer doing tarot or oracle videos. She is strictly talking about ascension videos. But, you know, you don't have to go in 100%, but she has a lot of very good information if you feel like you are in one of these positions, or that you are, you know, feeling some of these symptoms, or anyway. So I'm going to highly suggest Deborah's channel, The Peculiar Daughter. I'm going to link it below for you guys. And so that brings you up to date on how my tarot readings have changed. All right, guys, much love. I'll see you next time.